Topping our news at 6 tonight, Ottawa announcing a plan to help Canadians stranded in the coronavirus outbreak zone of China.
Lots of details still to be worked out, but a plane will be sent to bring them home. That is good news for a GTA man worried about his young child in the stricken area of China. Kamil, Karamali just spoke with him and has this report.
A lot of concern, a lot of worry for her when she's in the middle of a quarantine zone.
A Mississauga father desperate to see his daughter again.
I miss her greatly, and it's just more so now that I don't know what the time frame is when I can actually see her again.
15-month-old daughter trapped in Wuhan, China, the epicenter of the deadly coronavirus outbreak.
And right now it's very frustrating that I don't know what else to do.
Richard Fabich was packing up his life to move to Vancouver Island from the GTA, his wife already there. But in mid-December, they had left their little daughter with her grandparents in Wuhan, so they wouldn't have to worry about her during the hectic move.
So there's a feeling of helplessness that I can't board a plane to come rescue her.
A little bit of shock.
But some Canadians in Wuhan want to stay put. Wayne Duplessis believes that's the safest move for him and his family.
Certainly a little bit of cabin fever now, and just a new reality to deal with.
And are now even planning for a future if they become victims of the virus.
One of the discussions that I had with Emily, my wife, is about sharing passwords, to our bank accounts and PayPal, that sort of thing, with our daughter who's in Indonesia, if worse came to worst.
Many Canadians describing the usually bustling city as a ghost town, people staying inside to avoid getting infected.
It's been really quiet. Like, there's no cars, there's no sound, there's nothing.
Toronto Mayor John Tory saying Wednesday the task of getting Canadians out of China is up to the federal government, but he'll do what he can.
When we can either advocate to the federal government or help in some way, of course we'd do that.
Meanwhile, this father told by federal politicians to hang tight.
I'm also feeling a lot of frustration as I see our government moving a lot slower than other governments.
So what kind of information, Kamil, is he getting from the government?
Well, Alan, he said he's reached out to several MPs and they've responded back, but not with very clear answers. He's been expressing a lot of frustration and saying that he really isn't getting the answers that he wants. So now, as you guys mentioned, that the government is actually putting a plan forward. But we've heard of Japanese people as well as Americans and Koreans getting home well before Canadians have. So he's watching that happen and he's expressing his frustration. And now that he's received word that the Canadian government actually has a plan, he still hasn't been given a date. So now his frustration continues.
Thanks, Kamil.
So helpless as a father. Thanks.